Okay, we will record it for some PR reasons, if that's okay. So let's start, okay? So again, hello everybody, and thanks for joining. And for everybody who watched the game last night, thank you for waking up at this time. So today we do an introduction about customer experience management, yeah? What is customer experience and how to apply it in companies or also for your B2B, B2C services. Quick introduction, most of you know me. So my name is Carsten Ley, I'm from Germany. I was previously VP Customer Experience for Lazada and for Home Credit. I was a project consultant back in Germany for Deloitte, and I also worked for Volkswagen in Mexico, and I was recognized last year as one of the top 150 global customer experience leader. I also recently made the customer experience professional exam. It's a little bit similar like PMP or PMI, but for customer experience, and only 3 people in Vietnam have this exam at the moment. Good. Hi, Philip. Thank you to come back. You're already here on Saturday for our Project and Agile webinar. Good to have you back. So who are we? We are a bunch of consultants who don't like to dress up in black suits, but we can if we have to, honestly. But we love to host our workshops and events, mainly in Hard Rock Cafe, as some of you have been there. I think Flat went to several of these. Yeah. So we try to give you a learning, a little bit more fun experience and an exciting experience. Why do we do that? Because we are customer and employee experience consultants. So we try to think about how to make things pleasant for the customer. Yeah. If you want us in ties and black suits, we can do, but we will charge you more probably. Just kidding. We do also project and agile management as our webinar last week, and we will have a training coming up once the lockdown is over. I will tell you at the end. And we also do goal setting by objective and key results, which is like the agile method opposite to KPIs, which some of you are probably running. And overall, we do transformation and digital transformation with all these topics. And you see some of our team members here. Yeah, I mean, if you want to use the camera, it would be nice if some of you use the camera so we can see each other. Up to you. Good. Enough advertisement. So the first thing I would like to know, because it's about experiences, and that's what's the first thing you should do also in your companies in the morning, or you should enable some tools. How do you feel? Quick answer on the chat. Everybody, please. How do you feel now? Curious. Curious is good. Tired, but still curious, I guess. Otherwise, you would be the Axel. Hungry. Is the fridge already running out, or are you? Maybe I can send you something over. Just ping me after the call. Yeah. Hot, very hot. Okay. I need to put. I mean, we just did it on our rooftop. We have this mini children pool. It helps, you know, to make some advertise for 300,000 on Tiki. Yeah. Excited, that's well. Hungry as well. Okay, guys, we can do a lot about your experience, but with hungry, I'm so sorry, I cannot help you. I will not have any slides with food on it. So I'm not too bad on it, okay? Good, okay. So everybody needs to get out at 5 to go for dinner. That's the main message I see so far. And some of you are curious. Thank you for the feedback. So experience management is about being interested in how others feel. So if you want to take experience management, customer or employee experience serious, you have to start people to ask or have automated tools or surveys. How do they feel on a very regular basis? That's very basic. Now, if you see these people here, yeah, food we do next time. I don't know how to do virtual food, but we do it in our real workshop, so please come along. What do you see on this picture? Happiness or engagement? Also, engagement.
Happiness.
Okay, so you can also answer in the chat if you want. Both happiness, engagement.
See both.
Both.
Yep.
Okay. Any other answer? People running away. Okay, depends on the view of the photographer. You see also the not so nice backside, which you can interpret in any way if you want. Yeah. Actually, for me, I see more happiness than engagement. Yeah. If you have people who are excited, a short moment. Philip, we see your finger in the screen. Can you take off your finger from the screen? Thank you. Wow. Are you on the pool? Okay. I see more happiness. I mean, if you make people happy with anything in your companies or customer, with a quick discount, or with a team event or something, you make people happy, but you don't make them automatically engaged. Yeah, engaged needs more than just being happy from time to time. And don't do the mistake like some companies do, or some HR departments. Don't send survey when you do something positive. I mean, sending a survey after a team event is easy. Everybody will rate you very high if you have enough alcohol and enough fun. Yeah. Sending surveys after you give discounts to people, you get super ratings. But do you really
Guess the
know?
good rating.
Yes. Question? Okay. I will mute everybody at a moment. Okay. And then we have questions at the end. So now I lost it. Okay. So think about if you really create engagement. And we come to the next slide. We have normally, when you speak about employees and customers, you have engaged people, people who are, we call your fans, not engaged people who buy from you or from other people, and we have people who don't like you or who are disengaged. If you estimate in the chat, what do you think in 100%? What's the average of people who are engaged or who are your fans? It's like a worldwide survey. Please answer on the chat first. Okay, 15%. Any other number? 20, getting close. Yes, we are getting close here. I mean, as an average, they say around 30% of your clients or your people in the company are engaged. Around 50%, they are neither super happy nor frustrated, and they wouldn't jump. But if you have these kind of employees, that's okay. You need them maybe for mass positions. If you have these kind of customers, they sometimes buy with you, sometimes buy with other people, but you still have them as clients. And 20% don't like you, and they probably even shoot against you, or they look for another job in companies. So, but engagement takes much more than just creating happiness. Now, what is customer experience? Customer experience is actually everything a customer can do, feel, touch, experience with you and your company. So any interaction, any product services, any marketing, any billboard, any ad, whatever is out in the market about your company. Yeah. If you look at me now, I have a t-shirt with a logo, which is maybe not too bad. I have some flowers in the background, which was the idea of my wife, which I wouldn't have the idea, but maybe some of you like that. I try to put some smart books in the background. That's all customer experience. Everything you hear now on this webinar, yeah, the way we interact, that's customer experience. Yeah. So for some of you who are more on the technical side, user experience, which is more on apps or on IT side, is a part of customer experience. Do we have any questions so far? Yeah? Anybody would like to talk or would like to share something or ask something on the chat? Okay, let's carry on. Now, you can manage customer experience and the same for employee experience in the company. So it's not a fluffy thing. It's really a management tool. What do you have to do? There are 4 steps we normally implement in the companies we work with, and we do that on a regularly basis, normally on a bi-weekly or a monthly basis, to go through all the 4 steps. The first step is you have to listen. Like we did in the very first part today, ask people how they are, what they feel about your product. You have to listen and discover what's out there about you in the market, or what your employees think about you. And once you get a lot of feedback, you have to understand and analyze the feedback. What are the top 5 great points? What are the top 5 pain points? And so on. Yeah. And then when you have feedback, and that's the worst part, what I see about companies when they do surveys or ask you something, they don't act on it. So once you have feedback, you should act on it. And customer experience is not only like customer service, fixing individual issues. It's about fixing issues which most of the people have. So most people which interact with your company are more happy or more engaged and have a great experience, which we called wow. Yeah. And then when you improve or you add a surprise, you should also measure how it was. Not everything you do is a great idea. Yeah. Sometimes it can backfire. So please measure it. And underlying, and this is especially for employee experience, but also for customer, please think about a culture of care. Yeah. You have to show people that you care. Yeah. If you are a leader or if in a company nobody cares about each other, I don't think they care about customer, because you need this cultural dimension that there's a caring environment externally and internally. Any questions so far? So beside the food, please believe us, we really do care today. Yeah. So you can give us any feedback or anything you want to say. Now, what do you see here? If she would be your customer or one of your teammates, what do you see? You can talk or you can chat. What do
So
you see?
first picture on the left, I see the smile. That means the happiness.
Yeah.
The second is stress. See, the pressures, stress.
Good.
And number 3 is like surprise, like you surprise your customer with something. And, and the 4 is like that they like engagement, they can feel it and they want like to join with you. They like yes.
That's good. I mean, Carolina, you really summed it up. Thank you for the description, man. That's very accurate. So Carolina, you summed it up. It's emotions. What do we see here are emotions. And in experience management, emotions are something good. Yeah. And for us, all 4 emotions mean engagement, because customers can be frustrated with you or employees can be frustrated with you. But as long as they show it, it means they are engaged and they want you to help them to get better. The worst customers are the ones who don't show you anything and they just leave. Yeah. So for us, I see a lot of companies and services, they are so afraid of bad feedback on Facebook and they are so afraid of bad feedback anywhere. But it doesn't kill your reputation immediately. It kills if you cannot handle this feedback. So you have to show the world how to handle negative feedback and how to improve and how you take it seriously. And don't make the mistake, like a lot of businesses, that you shoot against feedback on Facebook and try to make these people look bad. And then a lot of people like me would stay away from you because they're like, ooh, I cannot even tell them if I feel bad about it. Yeah. I mean, employees, that's a good question, Anne. Employees are also like customers. So both what we do today applies to employees and to customer. We just have a little bit different tools. We can do both as Asia PMO. We can implement for you employee and customer experience, and it's even it connected. So one of our previous clients, maybe you know them, European International School, we implemented both. And finally, they have two customers, the kids and the parents. So we did it for the employees, for two employees, admin employees and teachers, which are completely different. And when we did it for the kids and employees too. Yeah. So yes, employees are customers too. But in a nutshell, again, emotions are good and they are something positive. Now, how do you normally get feedback from other people or from your customers? Can you write some examples in the chat? What would you do to get feedback from people? Survey, yeah, you can do surveys, yeah, not too often, and make it always keep the KISS principle, keep it short and simple, yeah. There are a lot of tricks. If you are interested in that, we can help you on that, how to write very good surveys. Social media, yeah, so you should open. I already see that a lot of groups and a lot of events and a lot of things, they don't allow that you post there. And I think that's not good. Yeah, social media should be open. What else can you do? How do you give feedback on Grab, for example? Email, yes. Yeah, collect feedback after services. We call that rating. You know, the smileys, 1 to 3, 1 to 5, we call that rating. That's a very powerful one because then, so for example, today at the end of this webinar, I will have a QR code on the screen where you can access directly a survey, but I can also send you an email tomorrow, which I will do probably. But not many people respond on the email because the experience is already one day away. Yeah. So direct feedback at the service is the best. Yeah. Yeah. And then a review. Yeah. What do you do, Carolina? Can you unmute your mic? Who are your clients?
Hi, of course. I'm a freelancer
Yes.
and I work on Upwork. They can do a review on my profile or actually on my website, they can do it as well. So it's very nice. Keep it simple and practical.
Okay. Yeah, so it's direct feedback and reviews, right? We as a consulting company, I send my company clients not every 3 months just an NPS. We will come to that. We also send them ratings and sometimes a nice link from Facebook or from Google where they can give open feedback. Yeah, yeah. And of course, we hope we get nice reviews. But if there would be a 2 or 3 star, of course, we would work on it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good. Thank you for the feedback. Now, we give you here some ideas. Service ratings, 1 to 3, 1 to 5 are very powerful. Surveys in companies, 360 feedback. NPS, what does NPS mean? Can anybody write that in the chat? What does NPS mean? Anybody knows what NPS stands for? I think if I would have now food and I would say, if you write NPS, I would send you food, then everybody would jump on it. But I'm thinking about that. Okay. NPS means Net Promoter Score. Yeah, this is a rating from 0 to 10 where you ask people about their loyalty. This is not a direct rating on the service you give. So please don't confuse that. But asking every 3 months, every 6 months on loyalty is also a good indicator. Focus group means you invite people and you talk to people directly, which is a little bit old style, but it works very well. If you want to know why people do things, not only what they rate, also ask them why. Benchmarking means you compare with your competitors. Often you get crazy good ideas from your competitors. I mean, if you think about this weekend with what's his name? The guy, with Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos. I think Richard Branson showed a little bit how to do a great PR on his moon flight or on his space flight. Even maybe it was not to space. Maybe Jeff Bezos will copy some of that stuff. Let's see. That's benchmarking. Social listening, social media, we talked about that. And then when you are a bigger business, you should have a customer service who measures inquiries and complaints. Yeah. So why people call in for, what kind of question they have, what kind of complaints. You should also look a little bit at Google Analytics and behavioral data, any data you can get. And one of the main indicators of customer experience is the retention rate. So how often your clients come back. So for example, in Asia PMO, we do also OKR, Objective and Key Result Consulting, which is normally a 3-month package to implement objective and key results in a company. And for the second quarter, where we help them again to facilitate and to really crack OKRs, we have 80% retention rate at the moment. Yeah, and we measure that, of course. Yeah, from quarter to quarter. Any questions about how to get feedback from clients? Good. The second part, as I said, is you have to understand and analyze why they give this feedback, especially the negative or the neutral ones. Remember, neutral ones are very dangerous people because they normally jump from one service to another and are not very loyal and often don't give feedback. So, like we said, you can use all these tools. You should also go in pain point analysis. I show you later where you get the pain points from. You should make some top 5 lists. You should align between, and that's something in big companies very, very dangerous, you know, that sales is blaming CS and CS is blaming product and so on. But you are one company against the customer. So don't blame in front of the customer, or don't make any excuses. When I was also for the first 6 months, I was also head of customer service in Lazada. Our service agents always blamed the delivery companies for being late, but they run under Lazada. I mean, you buy on Lazada, the delivery is a third party of Lazada. So you cannot blame them because it's our third party management, which is bad if they are bad, or it's our choice of third parties maybe. Yeah. So I told my agents, stop telling the customer that somebody else is wrong, take responsibility and just tell them, sorry, we will fix it. It's our mistake. Yeah. And also look into sales trends, of course. That's a lot of times why, when you look on e-commerce, why people put something in the cart, but they don't buy it, right? That's what you have to understand. So please get in a lot of feedback in the first stage, listen, and then analyze the feedback. Any questions here? Oh, there are a lot of tools. We use Survey Gizmo, which is now called Alchemr. I will write it in the chat. Yeah, that's a tool I like a lot. It's a pay. I mean, you can use Google Forms, but once you're a professional service, Google Forms doesn't look so professional anymore, honestly. Yeah, so these are it's called Survey Gizmo. I think they rebranded to Alchemr. You have also Survey Monkey. These are normally the top tools in the market. Yeah, like, I don't know, $100, $150 a year. And you can, and they also help you to get these surveys. And they had very good analytics, by the way. The basic versions are free. It depends what you want to do with it, right? You have to test it. They have some free entry levels. Yeah. Okay, any other question? Good. After the understand and analyze phase, yeah, you should go into the improvement or wow phase. No worries to it. Yeah. Now, we said customer service is about fixing, right? I mean, if a customer has a problem and he calls you, you should fix it immediately. Yeah. But if a lot of customers have the same problem, then you should maybe look into your system. Yeah. If I give you an example, the worst thing happened when I worked for Home Credit and Easy Credit, some cash loan finance companies, is we one time, and the customer were not really unhappy about that. We one time had the issue that we suddenly got a lot of calls where the customer asked, where can I pay back? Which can break your business as a cash loan company because you need the customer to pay back. So there was a confusion, maybe from sales or from product or from the web page or from POS flyers, where the customer can pay back. And we had to fix that immediately, one by one, right? Telling every customer, please pay here, this is your deadline, please do it. But then we had to look in all our communication system and also in the sales process and in the PS front end process to see why people have these questions in the first place. Yeah, and we found some mistakes in some flyers and communication, and we fixed it for everybody. Yeah, but what is the fix if people don't know where to pay? What kind of channels do you give them in Vietnam now? What kind of payment channels do you give them? If you can answer in the chat or if somebody wants to talk about it. What are good payment channels in Vietnam?
Payment channel,
Yeah, to pay
like
money.
banking, right?
Yeah, the standard is banking, right? I mean, yeah, you have 120, 150 banks in Vietnam, which is very challenging for companies because you have to connect with them and make sure that the money is very fast transferred. Then you have Momo and wallets. Yeah. But if you are home credit, what is the problem of Momo, ePay, VPay, Zalo Pay? What is the problem of these wallets? And they are fantastic, but what is the problem? You have Post, and Post solves this problem. So what is the problem of Momo wallets, which VM Post solves for you? Any idea?
You mean the problem in payment?
Yes.
Payment, problem payment.
I mean, Momo and all the wallets, do they work for everybody?
No.
For
Actually,
whom?
like for the wallet, you have to take picture of your ID and they have to approve it.
That's not a problem. Everybody can do that. 95 million Vietnamese can take a picture of their ID and use, but maybe only 5-6 million Vietnamese use wallets. Why is that? It's not because of the picture and the idea.
I don't get the problem in the payment, but I got a problem where I need to transfer money from the bank account to the e-wallet.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
So first
like, instead of that, I need instead of make the payment via the e-wallet, I can make the payment via the bank account. My bank account is faster.
Okay. First, you need a bank account. I mean, I don't know, maybe a lot of customers, also of Home Credit, don't have bank accounts. And Home Credit is targeting rural customers. Yeah. So no bank accounts. And also rural customers, but we maybe don't have the mindset or the background to use wallets yet. So that's why we said, get the right solution. Yeah. Okay, Anne, thank you for joining. Thanks for the chat. Get the right solution. It's not one fix for all. So when we fixed that in Home Credit, we really had to emphasize all the channels you can pay. Yeah, some people like wallets. Some people say, Why do I transfer to a wallet if I can transfer directly? Yeah, that's a good one, actually. Yeah. Maybe some fees involved for some people. We don't know. Yeah. Some people wanna pay by card. I mean, when we sell tickets for our event, a lot of people they like ticket box. I don't like ticket box because it costs me money to offer that, but a lot of people like ticket box, so I offer it, of course. Yeah. And so on. Yeah. But you also need to use the basic tools, via post payment, transfer payment, cash payment somewhere. Yeah. I mean, why e-commerce has so much cash payment still? Yeah. Because people like it. Yeah. So this is an example that you have to be creative and really analyze what are the solutions you can do for people. So the first thing, if you have a complaint, fix as fast as possible individually. Yeah. Because it's still customer service. Nobody wants to wait for analysis and say, ooh, I'm happy that you solve it for thousands of people. I don't care. I want first that you solve it for me. Yeah. Then find the root cause of all these issues and then align in the company. If you're a big company, that's pretty tough actually. And that's why a lot of companies have now CX teams or customer experience responsible, like a central unit, which we also can help you to establish. Yeah. And customer experience is not only about fixing, right? It's also about doing positive surprises. Ask yourself, when was the last time you or your company actively, positively surprised a customer? Does anybody of you have an example? When did you surprise a customer?
So surprise the customer, right?
Yes.
I think of the case that when you lower the price, when you get a discount.
That's again happiness. That doesn't get you engagement. I mean, lowering prices. I'm getting so fed up with e-commerce. When I worked for Lazada, we had 11, 11, 12, 12, right? Now we have 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9. Every month we have this crazy festival with the crazy prices. I mean, it depends. If you are a very expensive service and then you suddenly lower the prices, yeah, because somebody is a long-term customer, that's a great surprise. Yeah, but discounts, yeah, don't know. Maybe I'm too used to it, but it's an idea. Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm too used to it. Maybe I'm too skeptical. Yeah, sorry for that. Any other thing you really surprised or made your customer happy?
Giving them some like surprise gift or offer on in special events such as a birthday or any holiday.
That's good. I mean, you think about them personally. Birthday is always a good thing that you should track the birthdays of your clients, right? And think about them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, when you see, I mean, that sometimes you have clients who have maybe they have a great achievement in the company or personally they get married or have kids. Do something. Yeah. Remember, make sure you care. Culture of care.
Yeah. Some more. So some some telecom company, they offer the free upgrade package for the loyal customer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but I mean, you get a free upgrade to get the higher package. You get more like more funny stuff, and it's free because you are a loyal customer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's like you show that you care and you know who are your loyal customer. A lot of companies even don't know about it. Yeah. Carolina, you mentioned you give guarantees on the project. Does that mean if a customer complains, you can rework, or what does that mean?
Yes, correct. So usually I gave 3 months if anything breaks or gets out of place. Or example, when I'm in talent management or hiring a talent, I give 3 months of guarantee that that talent will stay with them. It's part the plus benefits, and they really like it.
Okay, understand. Yen, you would like to say something?
Yeah, so I will share an experience from my friends in hospitality industry. So apparently she ordered birthday cake from a hotel, and then the chef, he burned it. The first thing is he's very honest. So he shared with my friend that, yeah, I'm sorry that I burned your cake and I tried to make another one. However, my friend, he need to go to the birthday party right away. So he asked, okay, what can you do for us? So chef said, okay, we will deliver to you. However, what a surprise for my friends that they use a limousine deliver to the birthday party.
Wow.
So when the limousine arrived, they were so surprised. They're happy. They even pay full price. No need to have any discount.
Wow. Yeah. You see, it's not about discount. Sometimes if a service is great, you pay for it, but surprises work well.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Philip, thanks for your feedback. Is that a positive or a negative feedback? I'm a little bit confused. Do I interrupt too much? Now I asked the why question. You should analyze and ask back. Philip, what do you mean? Sorry. We cannot hear you. If you speak, we cannot hear you yet. Okay.
It seems the microphone is not working. Whatever. You surprise at a point where we don't expect it, and the same copy paste with the just heard example of hospitality. It surprises you at a point where you don't expect it. When you use your Golden American Express card, of course you expect that you get some bonus from American Express because you used your golden card and spent $10,000s and so on. But the real customer experience is at a point where you don't expect it. And we don't expect your questions, so you happily surprise us.
Okay.
That's what you do.
Sorry, I didn't know. Maybe I'm a German. I'm a little bit too suspicious on feedback. Sorry for that. But I was like, oh, do I ask too much? Do I interrupt? Because I do that sometimes, honestly. Yeah. Thank you for the feedback, Phil. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Anybody else wants to share on surprises? So the analogy here is the adventure team. Don't one size fits all, you know, somebody needs a big shoulder to cry on. Somebody needs more action, or Captain America coming with the shield, or some people just need a hammer. Now that's a bad example, but you know, I mean, there's all kind of ways you can make people happy, and you should find out. Yeah, you should know your customer better. Now, measure impact. Be very careful. I mean, a lot of companies are very proud in what they do. Be sure then when you do something for the customer that you measure by ratings, by survey, if they really like it. Just because you put a clown out doesn't mean it's a great clown. Yeah. I mean, I personally like the clown on the right side because I love the Joker movie, but for a lot of people, they probably prefer the left clown. Yeah. So please measure your impact. Yeah. I mean, if you give a discount, people are like, ooh, another discount, another discount. You know, in Lazada CS, whenever they make a mistake on customer service, we give you a discount and a voucher and another voucher. And a lot of people, they don't even want a voucher. They want that in the first place, it works, not that you deliver bad quality and then you get a voucher. Yeah. Depends on the person. And please use the same tools like in the discovery part if what you do makes people happy and engaged. Any questions here? Now, how do we manage customer experience in companies? Yeah. So normally we start, or we would advise you, we start with persona and journey mapping. Persona means it's a little bit like marketing, that you know what demographics and characteristics your customer have and what they like and what they need. And then you go in journey mapping. Now, if you look at this journey here, this is a 6-step journey. Which company is that? Doesn't matter in Vietnam or in Bangkok, Philip. The same company. Which company do you see here? 6 steps.
E-commerce company, right?
No. Do you take a right on e-commerce?
Oh.
Almost.
Oh yeah. It's like Grab, right?
Yeah, it's ride-hailing, it's Grab. So you break normally every journey from a customer point of view, not this internal process mapping, which I see in a lot of banks and insurances, which are very complicated. You break it down from a customer point of view. What are the 6 to 8 steps a customer has to do? Yeah. So that's called journey mapping. After you have the steps from a customer point of view, and look at one of the middle steps. A big step for a customer is in a lot of journeys waiting. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you do something in the background. It doesn't matter if you are a restaurant and you cook for 40 minutes. I am waiting. And some nice restaurants during waiting, they bring me a small snack, or they come often along, ask me how I am, or ask if I need more drinks. And some restaurants, they don't do anything in 40 minutes waiting. And it makes me maybe very uneasy. Yeah. So a waiting step, a lot of journeys have waiting steps, and you should handle the waiting step very proactively. Now, the second thing is you look for the touch points. What is the client feels or sees or interacts in each of the steps? Yeah. I mean, Grab, when they started 4 or 5 years ago, they had a landing page screen with some advertisement, which was crazy. Because the moment you open Grab, how do you feel? How do most people feel when they open the Grab app? Or how do you feel personally the moment you touch Grab app?
I feel normal.
You feel normal? Okay.
Yeah. Like, in fact, like my experience with Grab is improved year by year, because they upgrade the app with the some of the like helpful functions on the app.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Grab, what for me is very funny, both Grab and Lazada, they call each other technology company, and they're amazing in technology. But what I want from them is a taxi and a product delivery, which is more like a supermarket and a taxi. But capability-wise, they are technology companies, just dealing with very old products, right? But you feel normal, but what do you need when you open the Grab app? And how do you feel about this need, maybe?
I mean, normal means like lead. They don't update anything, so I feel it's normal. But like, as I said, I feel like my experience with Grab is improving year by year, because sometimes they upgrade the functions that solve my pain point. For example, like some years ago, the math is not correct, but now they provide the like very correct the math is very close to the address I want. Yeah, and then now they provide more service on that. For example, Grab Market or Grab Delivery, they provide more service, and it's mean like more service mean more functions.
So they are building the super app. Yeah,
Yes.
also with wallet and everything, and you like that. And that's good. That's very good. Yeah, they improved the map. I think we most of us saw that. But going back to your need, if somebody can answer that, what do you need when you open the Grab app? How do you feel personally? Why do you open the Grab app? Why do you open, sorry to interrupt you. Why do you open the Grab app?
To book a ride.
Okay, most of us open the app to book a ride, not to see any advertisement on the landing page, which they had at the beginning. And if we are on Grab and looking for a ride, how are most of us, like 80% of the people are already late? Yeah? 80, you can make a survey on that. My guess is 60 to 80% of the people who open Grab app are already late for wherever they go. Yeah, that's one of the feelings. So the first thing Grab had to fix, and they did it. I don't want to, when I go on Grab, I don't want to go through a complicated menu. I want to land as fast as possible on one of the services which I need, mainly ride hailing still, but maybe now in the super app also other things. Yeah. So you feel late, yeah, on this one. A lot of people feel late. And then we said already they are good in the map. Waiting time, maybe it's more accurate information lately. How is the ride? Is the ride improving, especially on motorbike? Do you feel it's improving the last 4 or 5 years?
It's not like it's better than the driver, you know. Yeah. Some driver they the driver like crazy.
So maybe the service level is still a little bit mediocre, depends on the driver. But yeah. And then you pay by cash and then you rate. Yeah. Do you normally rate on Grab? Yes or no? Who rates? Maybe in the chat quickly. Who is rating? Yes or no?
We know.
Yeah. A lot of people stopped rating on Grab because they don't see any impact of the rating. Yeah. Especially not on the app, yeah, but in the journey when they rate badly about drivers or about security or about safety or about cleanness, yeah, which are some of the pain points. Now, so once you mapped out the touch points, you can write them down. These are touch points. And then when you do some analysis, and we made 2-3 years ago a survey about Grab as Asia PMO, we looked at the pain points. Yeah. What are the pain points of Grab? As I said, the pop-up, sometimes the payment was a pain point, but now it's getting better. Message call, sometimes they drive you crazy to call you too often, or they cannot find you. The rider is still sometimes a pain point. One of the biggest pain points 3 years ago for women especially was the stinkiness of helmets. Yeah? Helmets were dirty. Even as a man, I never thought about that. My wife told me I should be careful because they are dirty, but now I know. So I use my own helmet. Yeah, and so on. So this is a little bit, we are not here to slash Grab or so. Grab is a good service all over Asia. Yeah. But these are possible pain points on Grab. And once they know the pain points, they can decide to work on it. So this is an example on a journey mapping you can do in your companies. How do you implement experience management in your company? And we already said that you should do this cycle: discover, understand, analyze, solve, and measure. You should do it on a regular basis. Ideally, you have a team or one person in charge, and this person is doing it on a monthly basis. Yeah. So every month, you know, if there are changes in the feedback, you have some smaller improvements. So customer experience about continuous improvement. It's not about big projects where you have to wait 6 to 12 months. It's about small, you fix a script in CS, you adjust one price a little bit, you have a new package, you have a sticker on it, small things, but with impact. So this is a little bit of system we can help you to implement in your companies. And then one of the last slides here is, why does experience matter? I mean, there are surveys that when you deliver a great experience to customers, they have fun, they love your product. Even you make a mistake, they forgive you on that. Yeah, it helps you to grow your company on revenue, on income. Internally, if your employees are happy, there are maybe less accidents, less turnover, higher retention rate of customer. And what is very important is the last point here, higher advocacy. People speak positively about you. And that's the best and cheapest marketing you can get. Yeah? That people are your fans and they speak positively about you. They recommend you. Yeah? That's why experience management is so important. Good. Before we go to the Q&A part, I just would like to announce we have some upcoming trainings. We have not in 2 weeks, and it's announced here, but somewhere in July, August, when the lockdown is over, we will do a full day project and agile management training, and we will also do a full day customer experience training. Later, we will also have it online, but these two trainings are first in Ho Chi Minh City. You can go to our event page on top, asiapmo.com/events to sign up. Yeah. Then we have some speaking. We speak on behalf of PMI Vietnam chapter, the Project Management Institute on 3rd of August. And we speak on the next Customer Experience Summit, Southeast Asia. You can also sign up for this one through our page. Good. We are already at the end. We have now time for Q&A. Open directly on the microphone. And please scan with your phones if possible. We can also send you the link by email afterwards. Please scan the QR code and take our short survey about what you think about this webinar. That would help us a lot. So thank you very much so far. Before we go to the QA round, it would be very nice if everybody could quickly show your video and we can make a screenshot on that. But meanwhile, we can already start a Q&A round. Does anybody has a question? No video. Okay, you don't have to, don't worry. Okay, does anybody has a question?
I have question about like how to balance the expectations of the customer. For example, like we have the collection code to remind customer to submit the payment, for example, and like some customers said that they would like us to call before the due date about like 10 to like 5 to 10 days before the due date. But some said that don't need to call them because they feel it's very annoying. They can remember by themselves. So like it's hard. Sometimes it's hard for us to decide the like how to balance the expectation of the customer, because sometimes there is some request. Some customer want this, some customer want that. How to balance that?
Okay, if we get back to our Avenger slide, what do the other think? Maybe I could not answer, somebody else can answer. If it's about paying back, yeah? Some people want to get reminded, some people don't want to get reminded. What could we do?
Sorry, you're asking me or everyone?
Everybody. Let's ask for the group first. Yes. I mean, when I sign a contract, right? Why don't you ask me in a tick box if I want it or not? Yeah, flat. Very good answer, yeah? I mean, this is something you could ask me proactively when I sign a contract, yeah? It's the same thing. Do people want to have newsletter? Do people want to engage by chat or by telephone or by there? There's always a segmentation in that you can take. But rather than guessing around, just ask people, ideally already in the sales stage. And then to 50% of the customer, you give them a call 5 days before. To another 30% of the customer, you send them an email because they like emails and they read emails. Yeah. To 20% of the customer, you don't do anything. So give them options and ask them. Does that help?
But what if the person who don't want to make call, we want to gain more like payment on them? It means like we want to get more payments on the collection call, and if we don't call them, they sometimes they say, "Oh, I forgot."
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, people have to make experiences. I mean, I worked also in cash loan, right? People will tell you, no, I don't want a call. And then they forget one time. And then you should gently remind them, hey, we have this service. Can we go back? Because they know somehow that their own estimation that they can do it alone does not work. Yeah. And that's another thing which I saw in banking and cash loan when I worked there for customer experience. Some companies and some loan providers really punish the first time a customer so hard when he forgets to pay. Everybody can forget to pay for one time. Yeah, you are not what they call internally immediately a delinquent. I mean, we have so much to do in our lives. Even if you call us or send us emails, we cannot read them. Yeah. So maybe let them choose in the sales process. And when they forget one time, then you tell them, you call them, or you tell them, hey, from now on, we will help you with reminders. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. Okay. Any other question? Okay, it's 5 p.m. Most of you said at the beginning of the call that you are very, very hungry. So maybe you should get and grab something. Just kidding. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us. For the next upcoming events, please visit our webpage, or also please fill out the rating for us. That will help us a lot. Yeah. And thank you also for the tips from everybody here on the chat, which I see. Thank you very much, Philip. Yeah. Thank you for being so active, and have a great Monday and a great week ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes, thank you.